While I give people some time. All right. Yeah, that's one of them. Thank you. All right. I'm not sure if I have any unknown noise. People should let me know. Let's see who's on here. The three things Black community doesn't give. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. 1 second, people. I know I'm just giving people a little time. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm all set now. Let me hold on. Who the hell should I? Oh yeah, I forgot to give links to some other people. Let me do this. For future reference, I probably will do this. I might do this before I start the broadcast. But you live and learn. All right. As I give a few people a little bit more time. And I wish I had like a little clock timer so I know how long I'm in. But everything comes with time still. As y'all know, the description of the title of this video is titled pedophiles. Pedophiles are loose in this. The pedophiles are loose. Is this true? Now, as we all know, I have done a previous broadcast, and I think, was it one of my first broadcasts I did? No, it was my second broadcast, and if I can recall, my second broadcast was titled, and let me pull up right now because I don't want to run my mouth. I always got to make sure which thread I'm talking about. It will be this. Let me go back. the second video I did, and this was on check. Okay, here's my history. One was still at stage 1. Let the chaos reign. And in that particular live stream, I did talk about the pedophiles and the bill that was being brought in front of us in regards to what they're trying to pass, called the I think it's called the Pedocare or Pedocare. And it was drafted and constructed, and I'm not sure the timetable when this bill was constructed, but I got this from Dr. Randy Short. And if y'all know who Dr. Randy Short is, you can look him up on YouTube. You can find him on Facebook as well. He presented me this information, I would say, the month of December. And during that month, a lot of things has happened. A lot of transactions has happened. And one of the things I've noticed is that this was always in the works for more than just this year. This was going on now for, I would say, decades upon decades. Because everybody know with children, once you get the children, everything else does not matter. And if anybody will recall, which people had to go back to the video, this is the chaos stage 1. One of the things I've said and read down that line was the few people or electees that signed off on this bill to make it happen and wanted this bill to come to fruition. One of those electees are people that's in office or Congress or whatever you want to call it, a Democrat. One of their names pop up was Maxine Waters. And I find it very interesting that Miss Maxine Waters would put her name in that, and her name in a discussion, or put her name to make a bill like this go through, which everybody thought good old Miss Waters cared about the damn children. And now I had to really look at her and all these other so-called black politicians, mostly Democrats, but no matter the Democrat, Republican, same game applies, that they do not care about the black community, much less black children. And it's very problematic. It's alarming, really frightening too. To say, why would you sign off or put your name on a bill that gives further access to children, to people that have a lust or love of having, I would guess, what we call sex or molestation, or have sexual intercourse relationships with children? I find it very crazy. But then again, we live in a very sick, crazy world today. What I'm presenting today, and I'm trying to hit up Mr. Dr. Randy Short. And matter of fact, let me do that. Let me see if I can get in contact with him. I don't just want to run my mouth. No, I feel like I was going to do this stream alone, but it's better to give reference as we wait. For those that's watching, you could hit the like or subscribe. It's optional. You don't have to, but it's good to let the message be heard. What's being played now. Okay, he's not there, so I'm not gonna bother the elder. Okay, while people waiting, let me play an audio from one of my good friends, also good pal there. And I advise people to join the Gray regime. And also, I advocate people follow the plan, the Gray Faulkner plan. This is an audio recording that was done on a previous show. I want you to listen real good and clear.
Super Slide put up something about the U.S. approving the underage children to be legal here in the U.S. I don't know if you came across that. Like 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old girls to be married, and they're making it legal here in the U.S.
Oh, indeed. In fact, our esteemed brethren, Chaos Reign, has been covering this as well as I can't remember his name right now. His name will come to me.
The doctor he's talking about is Dr. Rainshore.
I've been covering this story recently. Yeah, the legislation, in fact, has passed, and that's making that's another thing with the Connect 4, making basically pedophilia legal. You see, they let a child raper, right? Or they're showing you a black man as the face of a child raper, right? But it's white men passing the laws to get access to children. While letting all of these white females that are sexually abusing kids in high schools and grade schools and whatnot, letting them go completely free. And then the actual murderous child, who's now a grown-ass adult. Greetings, esteemed Maximum. Oh no, my brother. It's an honor to be up here with you. Of gratitude, I'm humble. Oh man, you dropped the I don't even know where to. First, I got to get my mind to stop spinning from what you said, man. It's powerful, and it's also disheartening. We can't tell friend from foe, man, anymore. I don't know what's wrong with we're using statistics, right, by the people that control this country now. They have us subjugated and under their control. Why would you believe that they will put anything out that would benefit us? Isn't that common sense, man? Why would you? As a matter of fact, that's interesting because I was looking through the Department of Health and Human Services, right? And then when you look at who's doing the actual surveys and studies, these are all independent think tanks that are doing the surveys and studies that are telling you white men are the ones that the biggest fucking, child molesters and rapers and whatnot. How are they even coming up with these? How are these studies conducted? Like, what are they doing? Are they going house to house? Are they sending out surveys? Because if they're sending out surveys, that's not even reliable because most people throw surveys in the garbage. Okay, so how are they conducting these studies? Well, it's a collection of data collected from institutions such as the Department of Justice, the Department of Criminal Apprehension, the Department of Health and Human Resources, CPS, Child Protective Services, and compiling years and years of data like that data, that 1999 to 2012, that was actually an independent think tank. That was actually the Rainbow Coalition that compiled that study that, the Department of Health and Human Services wanted to jump out in front of. Isn't that Jesse Jackson's group? Yeah. What are they doing conducting the study? That's the interesting thing is that they've actually been conducting independent studies a lot in I would say, kind of assisting other institutions like the Anti-Defamation League, the Southern Poverty Law Center, right, who actually pay for these studies. So, I was listening to, I was in a couple of rooms, listening to some of the panels, and they got to talking about child molestation. I think, it was Irene, Mary, so they're going back and forth, the gender thing as usual. I was wondering, though, no one ever brought up babysitter stories. If you really think about that, right, I know a ton of brothers who have babysitter stories. I have some myself. So you figure at the time, right? You don't consider those molestation stories. You just say, okay, that's the babysitter. You know, it's normal to do something with the babysitter. But
well,
if you take,
that's the thing. But you look at who's mostly the babysitters.
Right. That's what I'm getting at, right? That's what I'm getting at. They like to throw out these hard numbers talking about, well, men are the most child molesters or whatever. But what about these babysitters?
I showed you the Department of Health and Human Services early on. See, we play Connect 4, show you the Department of Health and Human Services, the biggest single purveyors of child abuse have been the mothers. Because when you talk about sexual molestation, okay, how does the fox get into the hen house? One, if you have a destabilized family structure, and the man is not in the household to provide the security of that household, and you got the mother being awarded, and this is all being crafted and manufactured through policy. The mother is being rewarded sole custody of the children, making fathers non-custodial parents. And so when they grant full custody to the mothers, then the mothers are working jobs, and they leave their children at all these different institutions. They use the Department of Education like a de facto babysitter.
Right. But somehow men are the most child molesters, even though most of the men that are growing up in single parent homes with mothers. I don't know how that number just magically jumps ahead like that, but I don't get it.
Well, that's the whole point about it, right? See, again, mainstream media speaks to white feminist sympathies. So, of course, they're not going to, that's why, the companies and survey companies like Pew Research, they're reporting the same fucking numbers for like 15 years.
Yeah. You know what? Matter of fact, what about the population number that they keep reporting on us? I believe back in 19. I'm probably the oldest one on this panel. I come from the 60s. So back in, I can remember back in 1978, they were saying blacks was 13% of the population. It's 2019. We still 13% of the population. We haven't grown any. I find that hard to believe.
Actually, it's not that hard to believe whenever you got a massive import of cheap labor. See, if the if the black population is growing, and then what's happening is they're importing all of these foreign nationals who classify as white. Because see, this is the thing, is that whiteness, again, this is a celebration of white mediocrity. And so how you fluff up the numbers? It's like it's like the old bookies back in the day, padding the books, keeping a separate set of books. And so they label them Hispanics, which are just whites.
Right, even though we're growing, they're letting in more numbers to still keep that number at 13%.
Exactly.
Wow, that's maniacal right there,
man. Okay. Who's this? Miss Freeman. Let me see if I'm able to go for my email. Give me a second. Let me see if I can drop the link. And for those that's watching, you could probably share this live stream. Give me 1 second, because now I got to pull my email. I have to do this. And to wait, hold on. I'm going to have to search real hard for my email now for this. Give me a second. System one. Okay, that's not it. Oh, I found it. All right. Let me upload it, and I will share it in the chat room. Okay. I'll place this in the chat room. Tell me if you're able to get it. Let me see if this will work. And I'm not sure how you pronounce if you're a woman. My Fite Freeman. Click that link, see if it pulls up. That's the list of the people, the parties that sign off for the bill. And let me go a little further. If you're able to find that link, let me know so I can share another link. But what you just heard, yeah, this bill was just so obviously when this bill was constructed and this information was presented, I would take it this bill was always, well, actually it's on its way to being passed. So the efforts of what Mr. On another channel tried to get people to sign petitions and all this stuff, that was a waste of time. He should have got at this months ago. And I feel the intel that this particular brother, and I'm not gonna say no names, but what I find very alarming is because he's around DC. And you know the funny thing, even discussing this, why is it that I got this information firsthand from Dr. Rain Short, that's from Maryland, from Washington, D.C., but the other person that lives down there doesn't even got the same information ahead of time. I find it very strange. But I ain't gonna go into that because that's another topic for maybe down the line. I might talk more about that. What's this? Okay. I'm gonna do okay. Mr. Freeman. All right, cool. But did the link work, Mr. Freeman? Well, meanwhile, why you look? Let me share another link. Let me exit out this one. I was gonna download it, but I said that's not necessary. Oh, and this is the name of the bill. Okay. Let me see if this will pull up. All right. Let me see if this will come up as well. Let's check this one. Okay, so that means I have to download. So let me download the and see if it'll give me the actual link. Because normally these things need to be downloaded first, which I don't like because I have to sit there download another link, but it's necessary. And this is a Word file, Mr. Freeman. So I'm not sure if you're able to get this Word file, but let me check. See if this will direct me to it now. Oh, God, that's a lot of work. As I wait. Let me download this one as well. Okay. I think this might be a Word document. It might be hard to get this. I'm just checking if it's a Word document. I might have to send you email for this. Most likely this look like this might be a Word document, Mr. Freeman. Let me go down. It just downloaded and shared your screen frame. Yeah, I could do that. Let me do that instead. Yeah, I could probably do that. Let me share my screen again on this bill. So let me pull up. The first will be the pedophile amnesty bill. So let's wait for my thing to load up. And for those that's listening first time, this is Chaos Rain. You know. Okay, it's pulling up. So I probably will share my screen. Okay. Now I'm gonna share this. I think where's the share button? Let me figure out how to do this again. Give me a second because I'm trying to refresh myself how to share this screen again. I think, no, that's not it. All right. I'm trying to figure out where is that again. Screen share. All right, here it is. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. And mind you, I feel now going back at this now after doing the broadcast last week on this, at times I felt like it might have been a waste of time, but like all information, y'all won't know until y'all really hear what's out here now. So I cannot always have a sense of regret when I do these broadcasts on certain information that was presented to me. But like all information, it has to be valid at the end of the day and show that is it really going to hurt the community moving forward. Well, everybody knows that what has been going on since the beginning of January, from the R. Kelly to the Toya Brown, to even all these so-called entertainers, celebrities, or ones that's black or non-black that's been found that they've been messing with children. Now we see now that this bill has passed really just to get more access to children and get more consent to mess with them more younger. Okay, wait, something's wrong here. Let me see. My computer's not freezing. Oh shit, I think it might have frozen. Can anybody see me? Oh, let me do this. All right. Yeah, give it a second, because my thing might have froze up a little bit. So I'm waiting. Let me check it. I don't know why my computer just froze. That's just crazy. Let me log off onto a device. Let me log off. Okay. I'm just going to turn off certain devices. Let me see if that will fix it. Hold on. Yeah. Is my end on YouTube frozen? Can anybody give me a chat response? Let me know. I don't know why my thing just froze up now. Why is that exit? I should be exit out. Right, let me try some. Damn. Come on. I can't close this program. If I close it, I might be off. I might shut it down. I don't want to shut that shit down. All right. But as I wait, like I said before, what's in this bill, and I could probably read it while I'm waiting, while the computer loads up. It is the so-called Equality Act of 2017-2018, HR 2282, aka the Pedophile AMNESTY Bill, Pedocare. Justification for this creation of HR 2282 Equality Act of 2017 and 2018. The Pedophile AMNESTY Bill, Pedocare. For several decades, the radical LGBTQ lobby has been seeking to secure passage of federal laws to advance the agenda of achieving political dominance in the United States. According to the alleged congressional studies done by drafter of HR 2282, that was neither named nor refers, claimed that person who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and a queer, commonly called the LGBTQ, experience extreme systematic discrimination in public accommodations and suffer social exclusions, denial of entry, unequal treatments, harassment, and violence that prevents their full participation in society. I go down. And whereas HR 2282 is focused primarily including homosexual as a protected class under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Hold on. Let me just do this because CRA 1964. And the draft includes language and all right. So my YouTube is working. All right. The drafter includes language that mentions sexual discrimination against women as a means to create a historical and non-existent equivalence between very different issues. For HR 2282 aims to make the LGBTQ cause the central focus of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, thereby legally acquiring federal recognition and protected status akin to that of Black and other minorities. And this will require a major change in the existing laws, making gender orientations and gender identity grounds for federal protection. In addition to alternate CRA 1964, advocates of HR 2282 aims to use the law to overturn existing provisions, religious liberties, Restoration Acts of 1993 that allows religious beliefs or convictions to be justification for opposite or non-compliance with law provisions that favors LGBTQ policies or practice. The so-called Equality Act of 2017 and 2018, HR 2282, Pedophile Amnesty Bill, Pedocare, is anything but what its name suggested. In reality, it represents another tragedy milestone in the long march of homosexuality in America to make their sexual preference groups superior to the traditional family. And is there more? First, all right, you found name good. All right, good. Let me go back to my screen and see if it's fixed now because my thing just froze. I don't know why it's doing that. I gotta address this right away because this is not gonna fly. Give me a second, guys. I'm not sure. Yeah, close this program. All right, I should be back on. Y'all hear me? Sorry about that. I guess for some reason my internet just stopped for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I should be back on. Sorry about that. Y'all hear me? Sorry about that. I guess it's kicked me off. For some reason my internet just stopped for some reason. Okay. But continuing, let me check everybody. Okay. We're still active. All right. Let me see if I can share my screen now. If you wait, matter of fact, before I share my screen, Mr. Freeman, you still there? Let me know. Okay, while I wait, I'm gonna share it anyway. All right. Here we go. This right here, if people want to know, and I say, all right, good. These are the 2017-2018 CBC members. All pedophile amnesty bill co-sponsors have an all-house co-sponsor according to CRS listed. And I did not give the web address, so this is what I'm gonna do. Since the web address is right here, I'm gonna copy it. And before the end of the stream, I will send to you, brother, Mr. Freeman. As you can tell up here, these are the people that co-signed for this bill to make it happen. Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, which I'm not sure if she's running for president. She's one of them. As it go on, Ellen Adam, Kareem Bass, Joss Betty, Sanford Bishop, Lisa Blunt Rochester, Anthony Brown, G.K. Butfield, Andrew Carlson, Yvette Park, William Lace Clay, Emmanuel Cleaver, Jim Clyburn, Elijah Cummings, Danny Davis, Val Deeming, Keith Elson, Dwight Evans, Marcia Fudge, and Al Green, Elise Hosting, Will Hakeem Jeffries, Ed Burns, Johnson, Hank Johnson, Ruben Kelly, Brendan Lawrence, Al Lawrence, Barbara Lee, Shelley Jackson, John Lewis, My Love, Donald McEachin, Gregory Meeks, Gwen Moore, Eleanor Holmes Norton, Donald Payne, Stacy Hosky. And if you look at most of these people that's listed are Democrats, mind you. Now they made a difference, but very important to know. Hold on. And y'all can see the rest for yourself. Go down. Cedric Richmond, Bobby Rush, Bobby Scott, Dave Scott, Terrell Swells, Benny Thompson, Mark Vassell, Bonnie Watson Coleman, Frederick Wilson, and on the list right here is a lady named Maxine Waters. There's her name. California District, 43rd District. There you have it. Stay online for 1 second. And as y'all seen, that I'm not lying here. Maxine Waters right here. Her name's right here. So people feel that I'm not really telling the truth, that she didn't sign off on this bill or put her name on this. Her name's right there. It's highlight right there. I'm not sure how more proof you need on her. And it's very sad. Let me stop sharing my screen because I think I proved my point. Stop sharing. Let me go back. So yeah, I get my point there. But like I said before, this might have been all maybe a waste, but it has now come to pass now. And let me see what I heard. Now, the biggest question should be asked, what do Black people specifically, besides other race people, but let's say for our sake, for our situation now, what do we do moving forward from here? Now that you're known that your children will be sexually exploited more, and now these pedophiles could gain greater access to your kids, and you cannot lock them up now, because now they lower the age of consent to cater to their mental illness. Not sure what Black people should do at this point. I might have a few suggestions what you could do. Mostly, particularly Black women that's raising these babies by themselves, which if they're gonna take seriously of this information tonight, which some might, but I'm more concerned overall won't care. So actually, one person I forgot to call. Let me just make a quick call, people, while I'm on the air, so I get in contact with this person. And everybody that's watching this video, you could share and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. Okay. Let me think of another number. All right. As I wait, my suggestions for most women now, that if they really give a fuck, and there are 3 things most people should take to heart, and this is what is a result of the community.
Please leave.
One of them, and this is, I'm gonna read from Charles Faulkner Jr., one of my good friends. He said this: the 3 things that Black community doesn't give a fuck about are 1, Black boys, 2, education, and 3, the being and the heroes of your own narrative. Which he means people that are the ones that fought and did something for the community. That's what I mean. And that 3 things that most people should take to heart, the note said, these are 3 things that will keep and remain us in the way and situation we are now. And we're not in a dangerous situation now that they lower the age of consent, because everybody knows with pedophilia, it only deals with mostly people that's much older of age and deal with people that are younger of age, most likely not predestined childs or adolescents. And hell, some of the age consent goes lower to 10. And really, if they're going to reduce the normal age consent in some parts of America, one of the lowest is 16. All other states could range from 18 of age. We have to conclude that now that they're going to lower this consent, that means people that already had a certain fetish towards children will now have the free range to really do as they will without no repercussions. That's very scary for a lot of parents, especially single mothers. But like I said, what Mr. Charles Walker Jr. elaborate, those are three things that they don't care about, especially when dealing with Black people. They don't give a fuck about boys, education, and the heroes that do things to the community, which usually the Black man that does great things. So only thing I could say to really that's going to save and really keep this under wrap and control this now is particularly real fathers. And what I mean by real fathers, I'm saying this. If you're a father right now to any of your child, either daughter or son, you're going to step up very hard, brothers. And the reason why I'm saying this, and I'm gonna get some flag for this shit, but I don't give a fuck, is because I'm convinced the sister's not gonna do it. They have not shown to do it for the last 40 years, going on now 50 years now, and they're not gonna do it now because one thing is prevalent with this so-called weird, gynocentric, feminist nonsense that's been plagued amongst our community. The women are actually running amok and causing more damage than good amongst our community. As a man, I don't want to sit there and admit this, but as I see, not by dealing with other respectful men that tells me these things, but now I'm starting to witness it and see it firsthand. And it's very scary right now. Very scary indeed. I remember Dad one told me stories that he puts himself out there in the community just to try to fight in the sake for the children and for Black women. But now because he had to sit back and see what really is happening to our community, he has to take a first step back and say now he has to shift focus now and more focus on trying to really fight for the children now. What's this? Now, what do you mean by king wigs? Are you talking about the ones that touch children? Because that is needed right now. And I don't know, man. You know, this should have been happening a long time. I heard stories back in the 90s, especially in certain states in Chicago, where usually if you were a pedophile, usually you would not go to jail. They would sit there, find somebody and see you and handle you swiftly, ASAP. I mean, if you know what I mean. But now because the LGBT that's been constructed, orchestrated, and put in effect now going on almost 80 years. And mind you, 7 decades was not a long time, Black people. You got to understand that how people get up to becoming this way, LGBTQ2, or people being gay, or all those labels they want to call themselves. This is a result of trauma that's inflicted on us, and we flick on ourselves, and we create more problems than we can handle. Problems that, you know, this can be fixed or this cannot be fixed. I don't know. A restructure of the whole community will have to be, a lot of people will have to be gone. And now that this bill passed, that means anybody that's a person that you know is amongst the community, they're heavily protected by the law now. Unless somebody does something about it. Which, you know, I'm not saying most people are not going to take the law in their own hands. If they choose to, that's their right to do so. But let you know, say that, you know, your children are going to be much more dangerous than expected now. And the problem is, if you are a Black man, and let's say you decide to turn ship and leave these so-called females alone, right, with your children, you're going to have to think again about that. Because we don't want to create more problems than we are in our communities. And we all know the result of people that get molested by other people heavily and repeatedly, they become more highly be predators themselves. That goes for women. Males become predators, but also females become just as big as predators, just like the males. Maybe more now, because most of these women now are raising our sons now. So obviously the predators get access and get into our children, as you heard from the recording done on Serena Gray's channel. I advise people to check out his channel. His channel is very informative, and you learn something. Much like you learn something on this channel, you'll learn something from a lot of these good brothers. These brothers got some good information. Now, I take most men, and the females that don't want to agree and listen to black men, you need to sit your black ass and hear these programs, these streams. And me as man, I recommend most women, and let me hold on. Come on, young women, hear me good. I recommend most women need to start make a conscious decision what they're gonna do about their churn moving forward. Real talk. Because you're not competing right now. And right now, as you can see, the automation is coming or is here already. It's going to get real tight here in the coming years. And if you think this system is going to cater to your behavior, which it has catered for over 50 or more years, you better think again. The only reason why it catered to you for this long is for the destruction of our families, our households. Now that the household and family has been securely destroyed, and I have to be honest, most people are not gonna like this. It has been destroyed now. No, we have black people still cohabitating, but there's no structure in this cohabitation. Mostly all about is fuck and bust nuts into people and producing children that we can't even deal with or we don't want nothing to do with. And here's my thing about this. And this is for ladies. I would say most of the ladies should maybe start learning and subscribe to programs that teach you how to conduct yourself like women again. I'm a high advocate that most people that never been to actual class or school, they should learn certain things, especially if you've been grown and been born as most of your wife from your mother, and you've been raised by your mother or raised by other females that's not respected or traditional amongst your circles and your family, that it'd be best that you invest into course that will teach you steps how to become a woman, feminine. Because ladies, you don't understand the argument with a lot of brothers out here is that they'll deal with any black woman. It's not to say they don't want no black, but they're not gonna tolerate certain bullshits. Me as a man, I don't tolerate bullshit either. I'm just keeping it real. I'll work with you, but I will not tolerate certain fuckery out of you. And the average black man, and this is a real fact, any man that deals with your bullshit on an everyday basis, you know you're not actually dealing with a man, you're dealing with an actual simp. A feminized man. A soft dude. Yes, I said it. I did say it, yes. And a dude that will cater to your bullshit and pretty much will lie to you. Because me as a man, any man that will listen to the stream will agree with me, we don't cater to bullshit. And a real man, we know you're dealing with actual man, is when he wants to lie to you. Now, I know that most women said that maybe they need to take a course and learn to get one man and keep man. That's good. But I'm telling you right now, ladies, in this system we live in, because the pool of men where there's really less of us and there's more of you, you might have to work with that dude, especially if he's being productive as a man and doing what he should be doing. And if he got money like that, actual money, like some serious money, he might entertain a woman aside to you. Because there's no way in this reality, and I may attest this, you're not going to have one man to yourself. Let me check my chat room. Won't attest. And I'm not saying this just to be, disingenuous to you, but I'm just keeping it real. No matter what age the man is, he could be in his 40s and 50s for all you know. He will attain more than one woman in his life. Hell, if this system didn't put the laws in place where it said you only can marry one person, you know what I mean? Men really that got their shit together will marry more than one woman in a heartbeat. But I know that y'all women won't agree with that because you want to have one man to yourself. In the world you live in today, not everybody's going to be one person going to cup up. You're always going to deal with competition from another woman. Now, if you feel you marry one dude that's either 10 times your age, hell, even 20 times your age, know this. At the end of the day, as long as that man is functional, he keeps his dick hard, all that stuff, and he has a substantial resource, he's going to entertain more than one woman. Hell, most men on the average, if you really think about it, they won't mind marry more than one wife. I think on the average, they probably would, if a man want to have, regardless of woman, he rather deal with two women. Now, some men might stretch and do more than two women if he could afford it and deal with them. He could do it, but on the average, most of the dudes want more than one wife. Now, people gonna think this is a religious thing or whatever thing it is. I don't know, but all I know is this: when a man got real resource, not just something that he could maybe deal with one person, but a man that has actual wealth, he's not gonna deal with no fucking one woman. I'm just keeping it real. I don't see logic. Some men won't attest that and tell you really what that is, but I know most of women are not gonna deal with that. Y'all not down with that because y'all want to keep one man to yourself and you'll feel secure. If you really want to be secure, play your role. And make sure you're okay and make sure your man is doing just as good. And he's going to give you the world. You know what I'm saying? He'll spoil it to, you're going to demand that he don't spoil it. To some men. But if you're trying to step up on a upper platform to get those real top ones that got money or some form of resource, I don't really call it what, but some resource that's really doing more than, I would say, 8 figures, you're going to have to play your role. And most likely, you're going to probably be the main chick, and he's going to have the other chick around, most likely a second wife, depending which environment he's in. Mostly in America, they do deal with polygamy up here, but mostly it's done now by the white people now in certain states here in America. Usually black people, they do with some little weird polygamy out here, which I don't condone because most men out here that really should not be entertaining more than one woman, especially if his resource is not that good. But if you got your shit to get, my dude, you know what I'm saying? I would say marry one of these sisters, you know what I'm saying? And marry a good one that's going to at least be with you, submit, and do everything that's necessary so that way you're good and straight and you make sure she's good and secure as well. And it'll work. I'm not sure how long an average marriage will last in that route, but I'll tell you, it'll go stretch longer than 2 years. Hell, most days now, most women want to get married because they're looking for the extra security. But they're going to have to work for that security. I'm telling you that much right now. No man's going to sit there, put his time and energy, just get married for something less, and then eventually lose most of his wealth over some nonsense, you know? So ladies, you're going to have to step it up real big, you know what I'm saying? Take those courses from either or Chanel. I don't know her last name, but when I get her upstairs, one of these future broadcasts, she'll explain more better. But right now, probably the only person I know right now that will teach you something about femininity and stuff is probably her right now. So I advise you go to the channel and pay for a course too. I don't think it's that expensive either. And want her learn some basics, how to become a lady or woman again. Because actual men, real men, if you look for real men, which I highly doubt most females nowadays look for actual men, they look for the ones that they want to control, then I can put up with your bullshit. I'm just keeping it real. And that's just a side note just to say this and get this out the way. Now, like I was saying before, the steps to take now that this has passed. Men, you're going to have to take possession of your children. You might have to take custody, sole custody of your children again. It is needed now. It's a requirement now. Because now leaving your child under care of your so-called baby mama or ex-wife or whatever you want to call them, it will not be enough now. Because now the predators will have free range now over your children, especially your sons. And when I mean your sons, I mean you better protect your sons from not only the male predators, but you damn sure better protect them from these fucking female predators as well. Because they're out here now. Hell, they're out here now, and they really waiting, lurking, and just looking for the right time to strike so they can fuck your children and fuck them up for the rest of their life. So, man, you got to step up. You might have to play the protection role now, moving forward with this bill passed now. I can't say much to the females because I have not really much faith in them right now at this point of the game. Too many stories, too many things that's happened now for over close to 50 years. Now, some women are going to give rebuttals to this and give pushback for this because they feel, say, you know, they doing a good job. Yeah, you're doing some job, but I feel it's not enough now. And damn sure not enough, because the minute your child get touched, you're not gonna do nothing to really make sure your child gets its actual justice. I know you're not gonna do nothing to make sure your children get real justice. So it's better if you have a man, and this is why, ladies, you better, if you sitting there just fucking anything that moves, a dick, then shame on you, then this information is not for you. But the women that is picking, selecting wisely on the mates they choose, you're gonna have to eventually, as your children, whether boy or girl, especially your male sons, once they reach a certain age, I would say you better turn them over to him. Just like that movie, Boys in the Hood. It is necessary. It's a requirement now. Especially if you don't have time monitoring 24 days, 7 days a week. You're going to have to do this now. Because now the predators are out here. The pedophiles are loose now. And all I can see moving forward is I'm going to see more travesties. Serious sodomy. Your children are going to be so overwhelmed, it ain't no joke. You think that what you witnessing now, you have not seen nothing coming as stories coming right now amongst us now. You're going to see them come in droves, getting rights just to engage in their sick behavior towards your own sons and daughters. So, all right, and I think I said enough. But like always, you know, if you miss this broadcast, go back to this broadcast, you know. Comment if you like what the message was given, or share this message. Whatever you do this, you know, make it known that it's out here now, and it's gonna get very dirty in the coming years to come now. As already, you know, the LGBT already got their way ready, but now the pedophiles are stepping in the arena, and not looking good for our children moving forward. So, you know, my only advice is you're gonna have to be tight with your circles and be really tight when you're around your children now. Because now you can't do nothing now, way how things are circulating now. So my best advice, prevention is better than the cure. Let the chaos reign.